Ethiopian defense minister warned Eritrea in an interview yesterday. It's a threat, you can say, from Ethiopia to Eritrea. Welcome to my views and news. Thanks for watching the channel. Two main news stories in this video. Firstly, Aisha Mohammed, Ethiopian defense minister, lashed out at Eritrea, and what she said amounts to a threat to Eritrea. Threat coming from a senior official of the Ethiopian government, defense minister who leads the military. Second news story is about blockade of Tigray, which has been partially lifted after a meeting between Tigray president and Ethiopian federal police chief. Let's have a look at this story first. I told you about a blockade of Tigray uh, put in place in recent days. I showed you pictures of vehicles, trucks carrying goods uh, stopped in the Amhara and Afar regions. I said that unnecessary checkings were being conducted. Drivers were being harassed, though drivers had all the documents with them, documents of the vehicles, their licenses, documents about the goods that they're carrying, but still they were being harassed. Blockade had been put in place around there. And I said, if you remember, that the blockade was linked to opening of Eritrea Tigray border, because we heard about trade activities, cross-border trade on Eritrea Tigray border. Some viewers disagreed with me. They said Sajid, blockade has been in place for several months, but I said no. This blockade is new. It is linked to the developments on Eritrea Tigray border. Now it's confirmed. Tigray president Tedesverede he met with Ethiopian Federal Police Chief. Damilosh is the name of the chief. Damilosh Gebre Michael, General Damilosh Gebre Michael is the chief of the Ethiopian Federal Police, where they met with the federal police chief and raised the issue of blockade of Tigray, that trucks are not being allowed to enter Tigray, trucks carrying items of daily use like vegetables, fruits, other items. The two agreed to form a committee to investigate the matter, where they reportedly assured the federal police chief that Tigray won't conduct any trade with Eritrea, and that whatever is happening is contraband, illegal trade there, and Tigray government will put an end to it. Tigray government cannot open its border with any country. It does not have the legal authority. The decision can only be made by the federal government. And reportedly, the federal police chief asked Tigray president that federal police be given access to Tigray border, so that federal institutions can see if there is any cross-border trade ongoing on Tigray Eritrea border or not. Let's see, will federal police be allowed to be deployed to Tigray Eritrea border? But after the meeting between Varade and the federal police chief, blockade has been partially lifted. Now trucks are being allowed to pass through Afar and Amhara towards Tigray. Some of these trucks were carrying perishable items, vegetables, etc., grains, etc., and it just perished while they were stopped in the deserts of Afar or in the Amhara region. So vehicle owners suffered a loss. Maybe those who are going to receive these items, if they have made advance payments, they will also pay the price for it. But blockade has been partially lifted, not fully lifted. I think now federal government will try to deploy federal police to border areas of Tigray. And if Tigray resists the deployment of federal police to border areas, again the blockade could be put in place. Second news story is about Ethiopian defense minister, the lady who lashed out at Eritrea. She threatened Eritrea last night. Aisha Muhammad is the name of Ethiopian defense minister. She is from the Afar region, by the way, and Afar is turning into a battleground between Eritrea and Ethiopia. And if any war breaks out, God forbid, if any war breaks out between Eritrea and Ethiopia, Afar region will be the center of the conflict. Maybe that is why Aisha Muhammad has been appointed as the uh, defense minister. Aisha Muhammad, in her talk, threatened Eritrea. She said that our military, Ethiopian National Defense Force, which is being built, which is turning into a huge force, it's not for smaller armed groups operating in the country. These armed groups can easily be crushed by militias. We are building a great Ethiopian military to crush those countries, to counter those countries who listen to other countries and work against Ethiopian interests. Then she criticized Eritrea by name. She said, Eritrea is not a country. People are living in fear there. They're fleeing. It's not a country. Aisha basically threatened Eritrea, saying that Ethiopian military can fix Eritrea if Eritrea does not stop working as a proxy of other countries. Which other countries? I think she was talking about Egypt without mentioning it. But her claims are very tall. She said ENDF is not for small armed groups, it's meant to fight the countries. But the small armed groups are pain in the side of the Ethiopian National Defense Force. And the armed groups are not small, by the way. Fano Ola consists of tens of thousands of fighters. Tigray military, over 200,000. These are not small armed groups. And can ENDF counter them? And can militias counter Fano, militias counter Ola if ENDF withdraws from Amhara or Oromo regions? I've been saying for the last 2 years that the day Ethiopian military withdraws from the Amhara region, Fano will take over Amhara. Militias cannot confront Fano. And that is why there is huge deployment of ENDF in the Amhara region. In Oromia, situation a little better, I think, for the government. Their Oromia government has a large regional force, Gichana Sarna operating there too. So if ENDF withdraws, even then Ola won't be able to capture entire Oromia or march towards Addis Ababa. But in Amhara, I am sure that without ENDF support, Amhara government cannot survive. What about Tigray, TDF? And any militia? Can any militia counter Tigray fighters? No. And thousands of ENDF soldiers were taken prisoner during Tigray war. Everyone knows the facts. I don't know why Aisha Muhammad is trying to just make tall claims which lack evidence. But she was basically trying to threaten Eritrea, that Eritrea shouldn't underestimate Ethiopian military capability. All that is happening after Isas Afwerki delivered a fiery speech in Asmara on last Saturday, on Eritrean Independence Day. In response to that speech, Ministry of Foreign Affairs of Ethiopia said that Ethiopia won't respond to such provocative speeches, but Ethiopia is responding. in the form of its ministers, in the form of its officials. Take a listen to what Aisha Muhammad said. Thanks for watching.
በተቻለ አጋጣሚ አገር ለቆ የሚወጣባቸው ሀገራት ግን በዚህ ልክ ስለ ኢትዮጵያ ለመናገር እንትን ማረጋቸው ያው የተለመደ የነሱ ባህሪ እንደሆነ እናቃለንና እኔ እንትን እየተደረገ ያለው ነገር በአሁን ሰዓት እየተገነባ ያለው ሰራዊት እነሱ እንደሚያስቡት እዚህ ሰፈር ላይ እነሱ የሰጡን የቤት ስራ የሚመስሉ የነሱን ምክር እየሰሙ ብድግ ለሚሉ ትናንሽ ኃይሎች የተደራጀ ሰራዊት አይደለም። ሰራዊት ይሄ ሰራዊት በተሳሳተ ስሌትም ቢሆን በማንኛውም የተሳሳተ ስሌት ኢትዮጵያን ለመድፈር ብሔራዊ ጥቅሟን ለማንካት ለሚፈልጉ ኃይሎች በአስተማማኝ ሁኔታ እየተገነባ ያለ ሰራዊት እንጂ ቤታችን ውስጥ ላሉት ዛምዚ ለሚታዩ ትንንሽ ነገሮች የሰፈር ሚሊሻ በቂ እያሰለጠነው ነው እያዘጋጀነው ነው ራሱን በራሱ መከላከል የሚችል ህዝብም አለ።